Boy, that pickup winder looks geriatric. Is that from the?
It's from the 60s. Bachi is company is still around in Chicago,
Uh-huh.
still making coil winders. It's voice coil winder and just really heavy duty. It's awesome. I can do scatter winding, but this is mainly for just really like well matched humbuckers
Uh-huh.
and what it's really good for. So
So that's cool. So did you get into this because you were having a hard time getting pickups for your arch tops? Like I hear that over and over again, like it used to be able to get Bartolini's and stuff, but it doesn't seem like anybody's servicing that market anymore.
yeah, there's some new ones, but like yeah, totally. There was floating pickups are just well under service for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's and that's really kind of I got into now there's like the D-Armand is on a stick style pickups are being reproduced and there's various things like that and like the Tysco monkey on a stick pickups.
Hmm.
um, but when I got into this I was really into D-Armand Rhythm Chiefs and that's and some of those earlier archtop pickups and was just trying to make those sound. Lindy Fralin was making his single coil D-Armand style pickup at the time, which he's discontinued, which was awesome. So I really, when he discontinued that, I started getting into coil winding. But it was a giant rabbit hole. I spent a long time learning how much I didn't know and how much interaction uh I how much there is to control in just a few elements, so
It it does, like it's always curious to me, and it's not a rabbit hole I've even dipped a toe in, and it just seems like, oh, you got wire on a thing with a magnet and you put a fancy thing over it. Like it's not that, is it? And that's why there's a lot of different guys like trying their hand at it, or
it seems like the the amount of magnetization in each of the magnets fluctuates or is something that you need to control the and then the type of magnets, but then the wire, um the amount of coil windings, the amount of resistance for a particular guitar might also like that's another thing that seems to be peculiar. Like it seems like a little bit overwound works really nicely on some guitars, but uh, and then its placement. But it seems like it's fraught with things you need to figure out when you wind a pickup and it doesn't sound like something that you wound exactly the same. You know.
yeah. When I was working at Grins, like those D-Armond pickups were basically like just case candy. Like guitars would come
Yeah.
in, they'd be in them. If you took a shine to it or whatever, you could just like purloin it. Like nobody cared. But
Nobody cared about it.
yeah, they've really taken off, haven't they?
Those, yeah, the originals are really pricey now.
Any idea what is there magic in there that you think is like, do they deserve it, or is it just like kind of old stuff gets the hype kind of kind of thing?
Well, they're really clean. Like the Rhythm Chief is a really clean pickup, and that's the one that has the two. It's like a hum canceling single coil. There's like a smaller wound part, and then a under the first two strings, and then a larger wound part under the four wound strings. And so I don't know. Uh, like they are really really clean sounding pickups. Whether they're better than some of the reproductions that are made today, I don't know. But
Yeah.
and you can get like um, a really good wire. You can get really awesome enamel coated wire that they used in those in those pickups. But
Yeah.